When your cat sleeps with you, do you actually know what they're trying to say? It's easy to dismiss it as a cute, cozy habit. But in the world of feline psychology, there is no such thing as a random cuddle. Behind that closeness, there is a complex, high-stakes communication system that most people completely miss. We are talking about one of the most emotionally loaded and biologically significant things your cat can do. If you misunderstand these nightly rituals, which, according to recent behavioral studies, about 80% of owners do, you are missing the most important messages your pet has been trying to send you for years. We aren't just talking about affection. We are talking about survival, chemical ownership, and a specific type of pet attachment that science is only now beginning to decode in 2026. Let's break down the cat sleep code and reveal why your cat's choice of where they sleep on your bed is actually a calculated tactical decision. And you'll want to pay close attention to the end, because if your cat ever suddenly stops sleeping with you, it's a red flag for a condition called silent withdrawal that most owners wish they'd understood before it was too late. Let's start with the biggest myth in the pet world. Point number 1. It was never about staying warm. Most people assume it's simple physics. Cats have a naturally higher body temperature than humans, usually hovering between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. To them, you are essentially a giant 98-degree biological space heater. It sounds logical, right? You're warm, the blankets are soft, end of story. But here is the problem with that theory. Cats are the world's leading experts at finding heat sources that don't move. They find the sliver of sunlight on the rug. They find the back of the refrigerator. They find your laptop or the radiator. If warmth was their only objective, they have dozens of options in your house that don't involve a human who might accidentally roll over on them in the middle of the night. So why do they keep choosing you? Because in the wild, sleep is the most dangerous state a feline can enter. Evolution has hardwired every cat to be hyper-aware of their vulnerability during rest. Every instinct they possess screams at them to find somewhere hidden, somewhere high, or somewhere inaccessible to predators. And yet every night your cat walks past 20 perfectly safe, quiet corners in your home and climbs into bed with a creature 15 times their size. That's not a heat-seeking mission. That is trust on a level that most owners never fully grasp. When your cat chooses to sleep beside you, they aren't looking for a heater. They are looking for a sanctuary. They are telling you, in this massive, unpredictable world, you are the only place where I feel safe enough to close my eyes. When they let their guard down in your presence, they are literally handing you their life. But there is a more territorial side to this that leads us to point number 2. The chemical lockdown. They are blending their scent into yours to claim you as part of their pride. Have you ever noticed your cat doing that specific headbutt? Or pressing their entire flank against you right before they settle in? In the industry, we call this bunting. But in the cat's mind, it's a high-tech security encryption. Cats have specialized scent glands located along their cheeks, their foreheads, and the very base of their tails. These glands release complex pheromones that carry a wealth of information about the cat's health, status, and mood. When your cat rubs against you before bed, they aren't just being cuddly, they are marking you. But here is the part most people miss. It's a two-way street. They aren't just putting their smell on you. They are actively trying to absorb your smell into their fur. In the wild, cats that belong to the same colony engage in allorubbing to create a communal scent, a colony perfume that helps them distinguish between friend and foe without having to fight. When your cat weaves their smell into yours night after night, they are performing an ancient ritual of belonging. They are telling the world, and more importantly, they are telling themselves, that you belong to each other. This is exactly why your cat might act strange, or sniff you intensely when you come home from a long day at work. To them, you smell wrong. You've lost the communal scent. That bedtime cuddle? That's them restoring the balance and rewriting the bond. If this is starting to change how you look at your cat, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. We're pushing to help more owners understand the silent language of their pets, and your support is what makes these deep dives possible. Now let's get into the security detail. Point 3. They actually think they're your bodyguard. Ever wonder why your cat is so obsessed with sleeping in one specific spot? It's rarely about comfort. It's about tactical positioning. If your cat sleeps by your head, it's because your head is the most vulnerable part of your body. It's where your primary senses are located. By guarding your face, they are essentially protecting the command center. If they sleep at the foot of the bed facing the door, That's a sentry position. They are the first line of defense against anything that might come through that door. Even the most pampered, indoor-only house cat still carries the DNA of a desert predator. Predators understand threats, and they understand that a pack is only as strong as its weakest member during the night. In wild cat colonies, members take turns watching over each other during rest. Your cat hasn't forgotten that code. They know they're small, but in their mind, they have taken a post. They have assigned themselves a role as your protector, and every single night, they show up for duty. This brings us to point 4. Every sleep position is a specific coded message. If you want to know exactly how your cat feels about you today, look at their posture. The tight curl, or the crescent, is the defensive shell. They are protecting their soft underbelly and keeping their vital organs tucked away. If your cat always sleeps like this, it means they trust you, but they aren't quite ready to let go of their survival instincts. It's cautious trust. Now, compare that to the full sprawl. Legs stretched out, belly exposed, maybe even lying flat on their back. This is the ultimate 5-star rating of your home's security. A cat showing their stomach is a cat who believes, with 100% certainty, that nothing bad can happen to them in your presence. They have completely deactivated their fight or flight response because you are there. And then there's the back turn. Some owners get offended when their cat climbs into bed and then immediately turns their back to them. Don't. In the feline world, turning your back to someone is the highest compliment you can receive. It means, I trust you so much that I don't even need to keep an eye on you. You are their 6. You're watching the part of the room they can't see. But the most intense one? The full contact press. This is when your cat isn't just on the bed. They are wedged against your leg or your back with 0 distance. This isn't just about security. It's about emotional grounding. They are using your heartbeat and your breathing to regulate their own nervous system. It's pure, unadulterated devotion. Point 5. They are literally rewriting their DNA for you. This is something that blows my mind. Cats are naturally crepuscular, meaning they are biologically programmed to be most active at dawn and dusk. By all accounts of nature, your cat should be wide awake and hunting while you're trying to sleep. But bonded cats do something incredible. They override their own internal clocks. New research shows that domestic cats gradually shift their circadian rhythms to match ours. They stay awake longer during the day to interact with us, and they enter deeper REM sleep at night to mirror our sleep cycles. Your cat's entire internal biology, built over millions of years, gets rewritten just so they can spend more time in your world. They aren't sleeping when you sleep because they're tired. They're doing it because that's when you're available. It's a conscious choice of connection over nature. Point 6. They feel your stress before you do. Cats are masters of biological surveillance. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. Your heart rate increases and your breathing changes. While you're sleeping, your cat has a front-row seat to your physiology. Studies have shown that cats often become more attentive when their owners are ill or depressed. They aren't just being sweet, they are attempting to co-regulate. A cat's purr vibrates at a frequency that has been proven to improve bone density and promote healing. When they sleep on your chest while you're sick, they are literally trying to vibrate you back to health. They are the ultimate intuitive healers, sensing shifts in your baseline before you even say a word. Finally, point 7, the warning sign. What does it mean when a cat who always slept with you suddenly stops? This is the most important part of this video. If your cat has a consistent habit of sleeping with you, and that habit suddenly breaks, do not brush it off. Cats are creatures of extreme routine. A sudden break in a sleeping habit is almost always a symptom of something else. Often, it's physical. Cats are masters at hiding pain. It's a survival instinct. A cat that looks weak is a target. If an older cat suddenly stops jumping onto the bed, it might be the early onset of arthritis. If a younger cat starts sleeping in a dark, isolated closet, they could be dealing with an internal illness. They pull away because their instinct tells them to go underground when they're vulnerable. Other times, it's environmental or emotional trauma. The key is not to force it, but to observe. Your cat's decision to sleep with you is the most honest thing they will ever do. It's a mixture of tactical defense, chemical bonding, and an evolutionary sacrifice. So next time you feel that weight at the end of your bed, remember, you're not just a pet owner. You're a protector, a family member, and a biological sanctuary. What's your cat's signature spot? Are they guarding your head or watching the door? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to know what your cat's tail is actually trying to tell you, click this video right here. You won't believe what a quiver actually means.